I'm actually looking at the climate mitigation method. One of these things that I'm talking about in climate mitigation is how do we minimize the amount of CO2 in the atmosphere. One way actually you can capture this CO2 and then store in a secured place. So that's what we call the CO2 storage in deep underground formations. So how do I get into my research area? Okay, so I'm originally from Sri Lanka. I was a very small boy. I walked down 12 kilometers in a day. Can you imagine walking down 12 kilometers, 8 years? So when I was in the school, I was so good in mathematics. So I really want to go to a university. I'm from a village, so no one has been into a university from my village. So I had that determination to go to a university. So luckily, I was able to go to a university. So that I was the first boy or the child from the village to go to a university. Anything that we do, we must do actually in a more sustainable way. So sustainability is certainly a buzzword nowadays, right? You can talk about the sustainability at home, right? So we as a human being, I'm not quite sure why we actually having too many the TV screens at home. Are you going to actually watch the same thing is many screens at a time? Not really. So I think we as a scientist, we as a professors, we as academics, we must actually talk about the sustainability from the primary school to the middle school to the high school. One of the things actually I do in my lab, so I go to the primary schools and also I go to the middle and then high schools. I give small talks. What's the sustainability? What can you do as a student, as a small kid in your house? So I think these things should come from inside in your small family, and then of course then you can think about the bigger things. Only thing I want to do to contribute something to the community. That's all I want to do. I'm not expecting so many other the Nobel Prize or anything. If I can contribute something to the society, I would be most happiest person in the world.